All right, y'all, today we got the streaming bubble finally burst. Let's get right into the video, man. You know, everybody wants to be a streamer nowadays, me included. You know what I'm saying? It's the new meta. It's the new cool thing to do. And if you don't know, you might want to tap into my Twitch streams because my Twitch streams go crazy. Link to that will be in the description. But one thing that's been a conversation for a while now is it's oversaturated. Everybody wants to be a streamer. I mean, goddamn it, we're seeing people like Tyler, the music artist, be doing streams and I think people need to understand that not everybody can be a content creator. Like, there's a certain personality, a certain level of not really giving a fuck that you got to bring to the table to be a streamer or just a content creator in general, where I think it doesn't really fit the mold or the build for everybody. But let's get right into the video and see what it's talking about. Make sure you guys tap into the Berto 2 channel. The link to that will be in the description. We're trying to get to 26,000 subscribers. I need the Where You At family to pull up over there so we can get the ball rolling before I get my first upload in. But go subscribe to Berto 2. Go subscribe to Berto 2. Link in the description. It takes 2 seconds. And if you're really part of the community and you want to see me grow, you know what to do. And sub to this channel too. You know, it might as well. All right, y'all, let's get right to the video. Come on, let's do it.
Where you at, Berto?
I've never seen this much dick pulling in my life. I've never seen so much fake competition in my life, bro. Like, and that's what realistically ruined this shit.
Like a month ago and a month and a half ago, I stopped IRL streaming as much, and I know a lot of y'all have noticed that. I haven't had much energy in my streams necessarily, and I kind of just kept streaming because I just wanted to, you know, I never wanted to take a break. And then not to mention, I'm not gonna lie, I feel burnt out.
I've seen Ron go from loving streaming so much to his passion slowly going away.
Bro, I just don't know what to do with this shit anymore, bro. This shit just don't feel the same, bro.
Damn. Nah, I mean, you know, I have, like, it's just getting crazy, bro. I think at the end of the day, especially for probably them higher level streamers, they're really starting to look in the mirror and be like, yo, bro, I don't want to fucking have to do a game show every stream. It's almost like what Mr. Beast did to YouTube. He came onto YouTube and just everything was explosions, fast editing, retention, you know, and then it got to a point where, you know, content creators had to step their game up, which is a great thing to a degree. But then that's why I think there was such a sigh of relief when people kind of started editing less. Even I had realized it in my content where it's just like, this shit is just not fun anymore. Like, I have to do all this extra bullshit to entertain y'all when I really feel like I am me. I'm the entertainment. Why I gotta go above and beyond? Like, it wasn't like this. And I think that's what's happening to streaming now, where it's like, yo, we gotta fucking build a circus in this bitch to get viewers. Like, I remember I got on this hoe and I was just playing video games. I think that's really what's happening right now. The Kai Cenat effect. And the thing is, I respect Kai Cenat. I don't, you know, I think it would be some hating ass shit to be like, oh, Kai Cenat ruined streaming. All he's doing is elevating and doing what he's supposed to do as a man. Everything else is just a byproduct. But it is what it is.
What do I do, bro? I'm so lost. Chat. I'm gonna see y'all later, bro. I gotta take some time to myself.
Are you okay, man?
Nah, bro, come on, bro. I'm chilling. I'm just listening to y'all convo. But I dare dude gotta leave. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta do shit with Davo, so I'm gonna hit y'all later, alright?
Alright, bro.
Alright,
man.
Views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody, you can't pull up a nigga right now and his shit ain't cranking like it was last month, nigga. It is what the fuck it is, nigga.
It's kind of crazy how I can't even control shit on my own fucking stream. I can't control nothing.
Coming into 2025, everyone and their mama thought that streaming was the way to go. It was the means to create content to a wider audience, farm money, and do honestly some of the dopest things in the world. Celebrities were getting into it, athletes were getting into it, politicians were getting into it, and it just seemed like streaming would be a staple for years to come. But then something happened. When everyone flocked to this medium of creating content, it started to create a bubble, and eventually that bubble would have to burst. And to be honest with you, I think that we are there. And with that bursting reveals the unintended consequences of streaming being this gold mine type rush. There's been a view epidemic, streams are getting crazy expensive and out of control, people can't have private lives anymore, and ultimately being on live 24/7 is not something that people people can handle. Hell, the child stars of past have shown us that before.
Oh
I'm
my
here
God.
to talk about the state of streaming.
No, Amanda, what happened to your face?
In 2025 and going forward. And to be honest with you, it's not looking good. In 2024, we saw a boom in the streaming economy. We saw the rise of the FaZe Clan. We saw the rise of different members of AMP. Mafiathon 2 went off without a hitch. The FaZe Subathon went off without a hitch. And everyone and their mother flocked to streaming, which meant that the only next logical step going into 2025 was to stream more, right? But we quickly found out that that is not something that is sustainable for the whole ecosystem, for the whole environment. It can't handle everybody flocking to streaming for a plethora of different reasons. I think the first thing that had a lot of people skewed as to the realities of what streaming can and can't be is Streamer University. It happened earlier this year and people thought that it was a great idea. And to be honest with you, it was. It introduced a whole
It was. I'm not saying Meezy's downplaying it, but it was a great idea.
different subsection of streamers to the information pool that we all can look at and consume. But it definitely had some unintended consequences. It made everyone feel like they had to spend a shit ton of money in order to get their streams off. And streamers found out quick, fast, in a hurry, the first problem with this mass streaming movement is that streaming is an expensive venture.
The Love Show. This is something that I'm spending a lot of money. Like I'm contemplating selling a watch in order to invest in this. This is the most expensive shit I ever paid for. Nigga, I'm spending a house on what I'm doing. You feel me?
Wow.
I don't know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation.
Well, this is just true in general. I'm not going to get too personal on the finances right now, but it's depending on what you're doing. I remember my peak output of when I was doing animations, like sometimes imagine every video you upload, you're spending an upward of like $2,000 just for that video to probably barely make a couple $100. Like, that's why I respect content creators, bro, because, there's different types of content on the internet. There's different ROIs, but this shit really be like for the love of the game, bro. Like, eventually you get to the point where you can probably make some money, and that's a big blessing. But it's not cheap to make this content, bro. It is not cheap. Now, and some of y'all like to be like, oh, well, streaming is lazy and reaction is lazy. It's like, bro, a lot of y'all want to be content creators. Y'all cut that camera on and sit here and talk to this camera like it's a person for fucking 8-10 hours out the day and have personality and have a great time while doing it. It's not as easy as it just seems on paper. Oh, well, you're just sitting there, you're just watching videos. Okay, you do it then. You do it and see how much views you get. And I'm not saying that with no disrespect. Like, that's a lot more that goes into this shit mentally than y'all niggas try to make it out to seem.
You can get a 10K check from Twitch.
Look at this. And listen, and mind you, she got some hate for this, but put your bias to the side and really listen to what she's talking, like how she breaks this check down. And it's not to say that she's not making money, she's not blessed and not making a good living, but when you break down sometimes the expenses, it's like, yo, could she do some better money management? Sure. But the goal is to get bigger. So you're investing in yourself as you should. And she shouldn't be complaining. And I think that's the biggest reason why she specifically got some slack, because it felt like she was complaining. But she's still breaking it down like facts. This shit can get pricey.
Creation, you can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup shit, $2,000 on your rent, $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going into negative.
I think what a lot of
be going in the negative plenty of times. But like I said, I feel like her energy was more complainy rather than informy, and that's why she got some hate. But anyways, I'm yapping a lot.
people saw from people like Kai Cenat or any of the people from FaZe is that spending money for streaming, putting money back into your content is seemingly a worthwhile investment. And I think what a lot of people underestimated is the fact that they have a lot of equity built into the content creation game, where then when they do these ventures, they can see the return, they see the benefits, and they are reaping the rewards of it. They have sat there at their computers and desks and built sweat equity with a community that is willing to support them no matter if they spend money or don't spend money. So it makes sense for them to go out and buy the Samsung phones all the way up to the $30,000 backpacks. It makes sense for them to invest in a trip into Six Flags, their local theme park, or go across the country to Japan. But a lot of the new streamers hopped into this lane and it didn't ultimately pop off because they put money into it without building up that community aspect. There's a lot of a big...
And I tell, bro, some of y'all be popping up in my stream and be like, yo, Berto, I want to get into streaming. And it's like, bro, build your community, gang. Like, I'm streaming right now, but I'm streaming because I have a community. And my community is not even as big as I want it to be. Like, there's a lot of y'all watching on YouTube that still haven't pulled up to Twitch. Well, that's fine. Like, I got to earn y'all trust. I'm going to keep grinding and, we'll go through the motions. But link in the description if you want to check it out. For sure. Where you at, Berto? Where you at, family? You dig?
Where you at, Berto?
W plug. But it's like, on this content shit, bro, especially when it comes to streaming, why I love it and why I appreciate it so much is because it genuinely is such a unique interaction to be able to talk to y'all in real time and have that, like, yo, these are the people that fuck with me. These are the type of people that fuck with me. It gives me even a better gauge of like, okay, y'all like this type of content more, or y'all like when I kind of entertain y'all in this type of ways, or y'all like when I talk about this or give this type of advice. So it's just having that connection, and that's why I feel like streaming's so dope. But if you're an up-and-coming content creator, bro, again, if you're passionate about streaming, it's almost like you still have to do everything outside of the stream because you have to build the community first. If your end goal is streaming, you still need to kind of not stream. You got to focus on content.
Streams that went off this year that did not go as planned, as told by leaders of the community or just what we see. Hell, what happened to a lot of the streamers from Streamer U, Streamer Prom, the Are You My Ball show, or that other love show that Blackboy Max and them put on? And even if you ask DDG what his thoughts on what the outcome of the love show might be, it didn't go so well. It didn't do what he thought it would do.
Every dollar I made this month plus more is going into that motherfucker. And it's only a week long. If I don't average like 40, 50, I think finale I might touch a Hun Diddy or like a 150 piece.
Weezy out of here.
Now, I did think I would have touched 100,000 though.
Just because you spend money doesn't mean that you're inherently going to get into the views. Which brings me to the next issue. Viewbotting got out of hand in 2025. Now, for those of you who don't know what viewbotting is, it's when people, whoever the entity is, pays for bots to inflate numbers on a person's channel. It could be on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, but for this specific purpose, we're talking about Twitch. And as XQC and Twitch exposed, there have been a lot of people who have been viewbotting on this platform. This only got sniffed out after Twitch dropped its viewbot crackdown, and honestly, it worked better than a lot of people anticipated. Viewership on Twitch is down wholeheartedly.
Apparently, the overall viewership on Twitch went down as much as 24% compared to last week, with many big streamers suddenly losing thousands of viewers. Not just big streamers, streamers of all shapes and sizes lost tons and tons of viewers, like across the board.
Now, in hindsight, it does make a lot of sense. There was times last year where there were platforms like Kick, Rumble, and Twitch where viewership was 100,000 viewers for like 6 to 7 to 8 streamers on every single platform at any given time. And to be honest with you, that was just to inflate things so people could get their advertising dollars and create this bubble that we're in now. And at some point, somebody was gonna have to sniff it out. I mean, it was literally not making any sense. And I do want to offer another POV in the conversation though, because I don't think it's all bots.
Everybody on this bitch, views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody, you can't pull up a nigga right now and his shit ain't cranking like it was last month, nigga. It is what the fuck it is, nigga.
Niggas are paying for me not to have viewers. I never had 250 viewers before, not even starting Twitch. Even when I wasn't even a Twitcher and I started, I never even had this many viewers.
While there are things like Mafiathon or other big streaming events that can occupy, you know, some of that cross-audience viewership over the course of the year, I think that there's a level of viewer fatigue that is not being talked about. And that just simply means that viewers are tired of watching the same things over and over again. The same streams with the girls, the same IRL streams where nothing is really happening, the same streams where nobody's really being creative. To be honest with you, Twitch has a copycat problem right now and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, but the thing is like, that's kind of the content game. And that's why it's so refreshing when people do pop out and do some new shit. But, you know, it's kind of like who can reinvent the light bulb again? And that's the beauty of this shit. When you can figure it out and find your own way and be original, like truly original, that's such a beautiful thing. But it is hard to reinvent the light bulb when it's every variation of it's been made. You got the regular light bulb, you got the spiral looking light bulb, you got the, you know, the LED light bulb. It's like, okay, well, who can make the next light bulb? It's getting tough. I feel like we got them all. I don't think we need any more light bulbs. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's a lot of truth to this. I'm gonna let it finish out. But at the same time, also don't let shit like this discourage you from making it or trying, because that's where the last conversation comes in. Well, it's so saturated, so I might as well shouldn't even try. It's like, no, fuck that though. At the end of the day, if you want to do this, if this is your passion, you want to be successful, you want to do content creation, you're gonna have to go through the grind. You're gonna have to recreate some videos that people have already done and learn from it, and, you know, make it your own. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be inspired either, though.
Streaming right now, I ain't want to say nothing because everything, like, I feel like it's so much shit going on that it almost feel like nothing going on in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I have a bad way with certain things. I just know, like, it's the feeling that I'm trying to portray. Everybody trying to do everything, and I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm trying to make sure I be like myself.
And it's not to the point of like, hey, everybody's doing the same reaction content and the same reactions, playing the same games. I think that has always existed. But literally everybody is doing the big Tokyo trip, or everybody's doing some rendition of a love show, or bringing some sort of girl on, or whatever the case may be, and having the same exact reactions as everyone else. Nobody's doing anything new. Nobody's doing anything unique with any new emotions or uniqueness behind it. They're having the same exact reactions, and it's just the same. It's literally just the same exact stuff over and over and over again. Another big issue that I have with streaming now is because of this always on nature, you don't even have time to yourself in order to handle personal effects or not live moments on the internet. I've talked about it in my Plaqueboy Max video. It's tough that these kids are growing up in real time in front of cameras, because some of this stuff is not for public consumption. I've seen issues and incidences this year in 2025 where I thought to myself, hey, it'd probably be best if you just cut the camera off.
Some family, you know, tragedies and shit. Just shit like when my mama live out, you know, some you know, somebody passed, I ain't gonna say who and shit, but
stop. Just chill. I got my elbow up. Now we gotta clip this. Go take that bullshit off.
This is short.
I'll take it off.
No.
No, Jamie.
No, you're not gonna fuck up my outfit.
Go take that shit off.
No.
You're not coming. You're not wearing that shit with a rip on your booty cheek.
That's how it came.
Well, you're not wearing that with me. And don't try to emasculate me on camera. Either you take it off or you get the fuck out of my house. That's how I'm moving. Who the fuck do you think you are? Wearing a rip on your booty cheek. Nigga, that's some shit you wear when you single. You don't wear that around me, man.
Just a couple weeks ago, Quinn Blackwell made a comment about streaming being digital slavery. And while I don't agree with the verbiage, because slavery has meaning and connotation, there were some things that a lot of people took from that actually had some value to it.
I have always said the biggest influencer will be somebody who gives their life to the internet. And that's what streaming is. And I respect it down. I think they are the Don Julios of internet creators. Would I ever do it again? No. Because it gives a sort of digital slavery vibe to me.
Streaming in 2025 is now this thing where you have to be online all the time at the mercy of your chat. Your emotions and your feelings don't matter. It's just go, 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 go. We don't even realize that these people have been living their entire lives in front of a camera and they don't have a time to get an emotional break. Now, I know what somebody's gonna say in the comment section is that, hey, this is self-inflicted. This is something that they brought upon themselves. For sure, I can honestly say that. They can start start to do different things or whatever
That's
the case
true.
may be, and they're making a lot of money, whatever the case may be. Listen, I'm coming from a human aspect. It's not healthy to be on camera 24/7 like this. And this is why you're seeing a lot of people have these mental breakdowns when it comes to streaming now.
I've streamed 200 plus hours every single month. I just did a 4-day marathon and then streamed 13 hours a day with 0 breaks.
Guys, I am a loser. I don't do shit except sit on my couch and study shit and plan shit in my free time. I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that.
I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I came home, bro. I just cried on my couch, bro. Like, I cried on my couch. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I don't even have nobody, bro. Who do I have? I push everybody in my life away. I don't talk to my parents. I'm out here in LA. Like, yeah, I got my cousin, but it's like, damn, bro. Like, what am I even doing this for?
Naturally, you're going to be burned out. I mean, we're always on camera 24/7 and at the mercy of our chats. I didn't even talk about this in this video, but it dawned across me as I was doing research. I remember that time where like Senna, Valkyrie, and Extra Emily got harassed at the park by the dude. And then for whatever reason, they had to come on stream the next day to explain what happened.
He kept running and trying to get something out of his pocket. And like I said, like, you guys, when that clip cuts off, like, we had to run into a store screaming that somebody was going to kill us so that somebody would step in.
I didn't even know about this. I didn't even know about this. When did this happen?
The back.
Like, what kind of weird ass world do we live in that streamers have to get online and justify this dumbass crime that we seen with our eyes in 4K? Also, why are we seeing this in 4K? I don't know. The nature of everything being on stream is just bothering me, and I can understand why these people have burnout, because then they have an audience that doesn't believe them, so then they have to justify them, which kind of backs what, you know, Quinn Blackwell was saying a little bit. I see it. I think there are some positives going into 2026, though. I think that we've weeded out a lot of the people that came into the space and really didn't want to do anything
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's so extreme to the point where it's like, if you didn't really want this, you're gonna stop. Because it's not, but that's the beauty of all this shit, though. The reason why there'll never be another Mr. Beast or somebody that can, like, you can always kind of tell who's just copying, and then, you know, the people that are just really about it, and then the people that are inspired, and maybe they're like copying in the beginning, but they're trying to find their way. But when it's all said and done, another couple years goes by, and it's like they're still here, they're still trying, they're still working, they're still trying to navigate. So it's like history always repeats itself, bro. If IRL streaming is about to pop and it's like getting too intense, people are going to start calming down the streams and kind of going back to more desktop vibes. And then once the desktop vibes are kind of normal again, somebody's going to pop out and do something that's an IRL stream, and it's going to feel, you know, new, refreshing, and new. It's like, oh, damn, you know, he's the only person that's doing X, Y, and Z right now. That's interesting. So again, that's why it's always like, you have to be honest with yourself first. Am I doing something that feels true and unique to me? If you can look in the mirror and the answer to that question is yes, then just keep on going. Don't really worry too much about the competition. Don't worry about the saturation. Don't worry about anything else. Just, you know, be honest with yourself. Make sure you schedule breaks, because burnout is a real thing. And I'm talking very specifically with content, but you can also apply this to any other goals, because, you know, that's something that I had to learn the hard way. It's like being so dialed in, so locked in, so focused on trying to accomplish my goals that, you know, sometimes you're actually working backwards because you're not giving yourself time to reflect and heal and recover. It's like a muscle. It's like going to the gym. If you work out every single day, 7 days a week, and you don't give your body time to heal, like, yeah, you're getting the work, but your body's not having time to heal. And when your muscles get bigger when they're fucking healing. You know what I mean? So it's really the same shit with your mind and your mental. And when you're on that grind, it's like, yeah, you got to put that work out. You got to push your limits. Sometimes you're going to have late nights, but you also got to take that time to step back and be like, okay, what did I do? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? How can I move a little better? What can I do to improve? This is life, and this is how you maneuver. And I think, you know, sometimes it's really easy to get lost in the sauce.
positive, just saw it as a quick money grab. A lot of people picked up phones because they saw streaming and content creation as some sort of fad, but ultimately are realizing that, hey, this is something that takes much more effort than I'm willing to put in, and I don't want to slut out the space. Think about every single streamer that was popping or had some clout or had some traction this year that is just not here at the end of the year. Funny Mike. No, he's probably going through some legal stuff, but for real though.
Damn. What happened with you and Funny Mike, Meezy? Was that a stray or y'all cool? Damn.
There's a lot of people who picked up streaming and have stopped because they're just not getting the views off. I also do think IRL streaming won't be a mainstay going forward. Bruce Drop 'Em Off and Soluminati had some very good words about IRL streaming. It was dumb and people were making it dumb because they were just flexing and trying to keep up with people. And it was never meant to last based off how these people were doing it.
It's becoming harder and harder for niggas to become streamers because all y'all think y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these niggas at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even fucking possible? It's not even possible. It's just the niggas you watching. You knew and you already thinking, you need to be doing IRLs, nigga. You are a fucking bot. You're gonna fall off. Bro, the IRL streaming shit is so overstimulated, so oversaturated. All you see is scripts now.
Niggas is tired of seeing niggas just overly showing shit that they don't have that they can't relate to. We can't relate to you niggas no more. We can't. Y'all streaming on yachts and shit. There's a nigga that want to stream from his bathtub to pretend that he on a yacht right now. Listen, bro, you don't gotta do that.
And last but certainly not least, I think that people are getting away from the always on nature of content creation. I've seen more streamers take more breaks. The breaks between marathon streams is becoming greater. The breaks in just streaming in general is becoming greater. I know.
Oh, shit, I just took a break this week.
It may mean some effects to the pockets, but if there's a quality difference and from your content as a whole, from your life as a whole, I think a lot of streamers are going to get into that now because they're just seeing that I can't always be on. It's really not healthy. And at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit me or my audience to come back on, cut the chat on and be like, hey chat, what we doing today? Because I just need to fill some sort of quota. It's the stupidest shit in the world.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes back to being intentional, bro. You got to be intentional. You got to be intentional. You know, if it's going to be a chill stream, cool. It's just a chill stream. But at the end of the day, ooh, I got that good stretch in. Everybody stretch. Everybody take a deep breath and stretch real quick. Where you at, stretch. Oh, yeah, that feels good, man. Ooh, sometimes you got to do that. Just, ooh, that was nice. Fuck my fucking shoulder cracking and shit. That was nice. But sometimes you just got to be intentional, bro. You just got to be intentional. You got to be intentional because when you just start doing shit on autopilot, you're just, just trying to chase the fad. It's like, bro, you just got to calm your ass down and do what makes you happy. But then also make sure that you are doing it in a way that isn't just desperate. I think that's what it really comes down to. When we're talking about like the newer content creators, this like, don't do nothing out of desperation. Like, oh, you're just trying to hop on a trend. Oh, I'm going to try to do it this way because I saw it work for this person. And it's like, no. Make sure that it aligns with who you are and what you got going on. But I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name is Berto. Make sure you guys tap into the Berto 2 channel. Link to that will be in the description. You already know what it is. Where you at, family?
Where you at, Berto?
Sayonara.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too